Hi, my beautiful queens. Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a very serious topic to talk about, and that is cancer and how it influences us and what it does to us, and what we can do maybe to just take the edge off a little bit. And I want to give some recommendations on what you can do with your makeup to maybe make you feel a little bit better or maybe look a little bit better. So without further ado, let's go right into it. I've been thinking about doing a video about this for quite a while now, and this last week I've noticed posts on a Facebook group that I'm a member of that deals with wrapping, hair turbans and headscarves. So I have noticed a lot of the members, they are wrapping in pink and dedicating their posts to Julia. And I sort of got from the content that she has passed away. And so I contacted a few people because I'm rather new to the group, what this is all about. And I got directed to Galen, who happens to be the best friend of Julia for 17 years. And she was kind enough to tell me a little bit about Julia because I asked her if I make a video about cancer and makeup and all these issues, could I dedicate it to Julia? Because, you know, a lot of people have done something for her, and even though I don't know her at all or didn't know her at all, it just feels like the right thing to do, to connect something that I wanted to do anyways to something like that. So Galen told me a little bit about Julia. So they were best friends for 17 years. She lived in Ohio in the United States. And Galen was almost like a little bit of a bigger sister for Julia. So they were very, very close. So 1.5 years ago, Julia got diagnosed with a very aggressive kind of breast cancer that had already spread into her pelvic bones. Then she got better, as far as I understood. And then this past March, they did an MRI just, as a precaution. And then they found cancer cells in her brain fluids. They basically gave her 2 to 3 months to live. And she actually lived for another almost 4 months. And she passed away recently, just a month before her 34th birthday. So this is very, very heartbreaking, even though I don't know her, I don't know her family, and I don't know Galen, just from writing to her yesterday. And it was all very short notice, but I just knew that I wanted to do this video, and so I had to move really fast. Julia leaves behind 2 children, ages 2 and 4, and it's just unbelievably sad, and it must be so hard for the family. And really, my heart goes out to you, and yeah, I just want to give you all my love. And even though I really don't have a right to even do a video on this topic, because I mean, let's face it, what do I know? My knowledge is from books and from the internet, right? So, but I want to give this my best, and I hope that for whoever is watching this and maybe has been diagnosed with cancer or is in the middle of chemotherapy, that maybe it will have some kind of benefit for you. And yeah, so that's the whole story of this video. The reason why I'm totally in pink today is because Julia loved pink, and according to Galen, Julia wore it very, very well. She was a redhead, and apparently pink was like one of her favorite colors, and she loved to wear it. So all those women on that Facebook group that I mentioned, they were doing wraps in pink. So this is my wrap for Julia. And also my clothes are in pink, in different kinds of patterns and shades of pink. I will include a picture right now. And with this colorful and happy look, I just want to sort of put that on top of the matter of death and suffering and feeling bad and feeling sick and dealing with all kinds of issues within the family or within relationships, or running to doctors and being sort of led by remote control, by all of these things that you have to go through during cancer treatment, where you feel basically out of control and I don't know what's going to happen and how it'll, yeah. So you see how I'm struggling. I'm really, really, truly struggling, and I'm just going to admit it. This is really, really hard. But I want to just put the focus on the life now, and with that honor Julia's life and the life of all of the people in our lives that have struggled with cancer and maybe even lost the battle to it. As I, in my own experience, have two cases in my family, my aunt on my mother's side and also my sister-in-law, both passed away from breast cancer. I just want to say that this whole cause is very dear to my heart. Now, when you're struggling with cancer and chemotherapy or radiation, what can you do to make you feel better? I think for most people, makeup is the last thing on their mind. And I guess it also depends if you, in your life before cancer, if you have put on makeup on a regular basis, then what I'm going to say is probably going to be much easier to implement it into your life right now. When your body changes during chemo, doing something that was normal in your life before might actually help to lift your spirit, even if it does not do that much to make you look better, or maybe it does, but it might just give you a sense of something normal happening in a life that is like, it feels like spinning out of control. So I've read in the internet, again, I have no personal experience with that, thank God, but all of my information is basically just what I've read. Okay, so take it with a grain of salt. And I'm sure that everybody has different feelings about this. And probably there are some who say there is nothing that can make this feel better, this whole experience. But so I'm just putting a few thoughts out there. And I was actually thinking about, should I go on camera and try to do makeup tips on camera? And then I thought that would be so fake. And I don't want that. You know, it would be fake because I don't have the skin of a person who goes through chemotherapy, who has mood skin. It's called mood skin, which means it changes every day. It changes in like the undertone of the skin can change from white to gray to green to like purplish in some areas. So what sense would it make if I, with my skin, would make a tutorial on that? It would be so unbelievable, you know. So I decided on just doing this pink look for Julia and maybe just talk a little bit in general about what I could recommend. So when it comes to makeup, there are different approaches as always in everything. The first step is clear for everybody. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize your face. That will do the trick. Like it'll go a long way. Some cancer patients during treatment, they don't only have mood skin and very like dark circles under their eyes. They also break out sometimes, you know, like with rashes and stuff like that. So moisturize and try to use a silicone-based makeup primer. That will help you a lot. And when it comes to foundation, I would suggest, like, if you cannot handle putting on foundation, then don't, you know. But if you can handle putting on moisturizer, then maybe you might be able to just go for a BB cream or a CC cream that will help you a big deal. if you cannot, sit there and brush on liquid foundation and set it and everything. So because basically CC cream you can put on with your hands. You just, you can apply it just like a moisturizing day cream. So you can do that, and it might just help you to even out your skin a little bit and make you feel a little bit fresher. Now, concealer is very important. That can help you a big deal. If you can color correct your under eye areas and the areas where your skin has broken out, then the whole overall look might change for you. So if you want to color correct with, if you have very, very dark circles under your eyes, you might want to use a green color corrector for like red blemishes. A color corrector with a yellow undertone sort of erases brown discolorations. If you suffer from hypopigmentation due to your treatment, you might go for a purple concealer, which is, it sounds weird, but it actually really cancels out the color of the discoloration. In general, for any person, I would recommend, and I'm using that myself because of the corners of my eyes here are a little bit dark if I don't wear makeup. So I put on a color corrector that has a orange undertone. So that really, really helps, because if you put a light normal color concealer right on top of that discolored area, you will see that it will show up as gray, and that's of course what you don't want. So you first, before you put on the concealer, put on a color corrector and then put on the concealer, and you'll look much, much fresher. Make sure that everything you use is like creamy and moisturizing so it doesn't irritate your skin. And when it comes to foundation, if you decide that you want to use it, the color matching can be very, very difficult because of that mood skin that I mentioned before. How do you find a foundation that matches your skin tone if your skin tone constantly changes? So what I found in the internet is try to color match your foundation to that area here. Basically the borderline between your cheeks and this area that has usually the darkest discoloration, and find like a middle tone and then go for that one. So I've read that all over that is a safe bet to sort of try to cover the whole spectrum of your skin discoloration. When it comes to the eyebrows and basically everything that involves hair, that is of course a very big issue. I mean, it's much easier to just put on some color, some blush and some eyeshadow and some contour, and you're ready to go. But the hair is basically gone. But with microblading, there is actually something very, very good you can do. Microblading your brows. If you cannot tolerate that, and if you don't have the strength to do that, you can draw them on. And that might be for someone who thinks, whoa, I've never done that and I don't know even where to begin and where to stop. There are a few very simple tricks there that you can follow in order to have the range, to get the range right where your eyebrows should be. So I'm just going to show you real quick what you could do. So basically, when your eyebrows are gone, okay, just line up a makeup brush or something up here at the side of your nose and pull it straight up, and that is the spot where your eyebrows should start on both sides. And then you basically just need the finish point, right? So you just put that same thing, the same brush or whatever you're using here, and put it from this to here in a line to the corner of your eye. And then you basically have here the point where your eyebrows should finish, sort of, okay? So, and then you just, whatever shape you're going for, you just draw it on in little strokes. So it can actually look quite natural. If you're using a pencil, you have to maybe practice a little bit. You can actually use like a brush like this one that is angled and very tough, and then you can dip it into brow gel. And because this is sort of the length of eyebrow hair anyway, so you can just like dab it on and create a look like there would actually be hair. Of course, it's not going to make up for you having lost your eyebrows, but maybe it'll just make you feel better, you know? So the same goes for fake eyelashes. It's a bit problematic. Yes, you should if you want to, but be careful, because even if you have experience with fake eyelashes from before you started treatment, um, your skin might react differently to the lash glue. So maybe try it out before you do it, okay? Before you try it out somewhere on your skin somewhere else, and wait for like half an hour and see if your skin reacts. What you can also do is, right, like fake eyelashes, they are usually like very like flamboyant, very long, and you don't have to go with that. You can always like cut them shorter, so it will be a more natural look and it'll serve you better. If you want to go for like a very glamorous look, then by all means go for it. I actually found that most of the people recommend makeup looks, like eyeshadow looks in brown shimmery tones and stuff like that. So I, on any day, have a problem with that to even recommend something like this, but you have to do what's good for you. Color has power, and whatever color you choose, maybe today it's blue and tomorrow it's green, and the day after that it's brown. Um, whatever suits you on that day, do what makes you happy and do what gives you strength. You know, I feel that every single day that I'm creating different makeup looks, how color affects me, and not only the makeup, also in what I'm wearing, how some colors calm me down, some colors are really energetic and take a lot of strength to wear them, and it's the same with eyeshadow and with lipstick. So see whatever suits you best. You might also want to try to put on a liquid eyeliner. That might also help to just shape your eye a little bit if you're not having lashes. And other than that, basically contouring your face is going to be probably your best friend, besides having your eyebrows, or drawing on eyebrows and using concealer. Because if you feel all washed out and terrible, if you put on a little bit of blush, that might just do the trick, that you can say, okay, one more day, you know? Maybe that all sounds really, really silly. And maybe to you, all of this doesn't make any sense at all. But I do think that if I translate this whole thing into my life, how I feel when I'm not dressed up and not wearing makeup, and like when I'm just plain myself, which is okay. I'm not saying I have a problem with just being without makeup or whatever. I just really prefer to be this way. But I know how I feel when I'm dressed up. Like I feel like I did something for myself. I feel like I emphasized the things that I want to emphasize about myself and that I like best. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. And also, when you're doing cancer treatment, maybe that will just help you to get through the day, you know? When you feel like you can't eat and you're running off from one appointment to the next and trying to still juggle your family and trying to emotionally wrap your head around what's going on, and maybe just in passing, while you're running out of the door, you run by the mirror and you see that you have some color in your face, even though you maybe don't feel good. Maybe that'll help you, you know. So yeah, the same goes for lips. If you want, go for like a glossy lip gloss. Just, you know, throw it on quickly and have some color and have some, yeah, glamour. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that. Yeah, why not? Have some glamour, you know, in midst of all of this that is really, really challenging and hard for you and for your family. And like I said, I'm really talking like a blind person about color. I really have no idea how I would feel personally if I would be in that situation. So please don't judge me for that. So that's why I'm just admitting it right here, that what I'm saying is just recommendations from a person who has not experienced it. But maybe you could draw something out of this. And I just want to encourage you, at whatever stage you are in your life, to not let go. Not let go of yourself and not let go of your looks. Because even in suffering, and we never know why this is happening and where this is going to go, cancer will not take the crown of your head. You are still the queen of your life, and make it show, you know? So this video has been incredibly hard for me. I know I've been stumbling my way through it, and I probably will have to edit this video like crazy, and I don't even know. I really, when it comes to sicknesses and diseases, I am at a loss of words, and I feel very, very vulnerable with you who might be affected by this personally, and I'm there with you, you know. If you don't know it, I'm a nurse by profession, and I have accompanied a lot of people suffering from cancer, all kinds of different kinds of cancer, and I've seen a lot of people pass away. I've seen children pass away. I've seen the families being there, trying to be strong, trying to be supportive, and struggling so much themselves. And I've seen the fallout that, you know, once the person passes away, how the families left behind suffer and try to pick up the pieces. But I've also seen people who pulled through, and there are a lot of them who do pull through. And I just wanted to say that you have life in you. And as long as there is life in you, you have the power to fight, and the power to make your choices, and the power to make decisions, and the power to prepare. And you're here, you know, you're here, and you can rule your kingdom. And cancer is not taking the scepter out of your hand. Don't let this be so powerful that it takes the scepter out of your hand. I truly believe that people who pass away go on to live in a better place. And for some people who have suffered a long, long time, like my sister-in-law, she suffered for years, and it was so, so hard for her and for the whole family. We were actually at some point relieved that she finally passed away. And I know that sounds very terrible, but I'm sure that you can understand what I mean. That because we all believe that she went to go to a better place, and that she could finally leave that body that had been so, so battered by this disease. So it was very hard for my brother, and for the 4 children she left behind. And actually one of them just got married the other day, and I couldn't go because she lives in Germany and I live in Israel. But and I have my own big family to take care of. But I saw the pictures and videos about of that wedding, and I saw my mom actually stepping up and taking the place in a certain way of my niece's mother, which would be my sister-in-law. And I saw my niece crying on her wedding day because I guess in situations like this you really sorry, you really do miss the people that mean so much in your life, much more than on a regular basis in like normal day-to-day lives. Now I'm ruining my makeup. So I don't know. I have no conclusion. I have no word of advice. I have no wisdom for you. I just know that I wanted to make this video and dedicate it to Julia, and that's basically what I'm going to leave it with before I'm totally falling apart here. And I'm not going to use this video to ask you to subscribe or do whatever. I really don't want to use this for any personal gain, or this is honestly not, like, I didn't plan to like lose it like this at all. But I just want to bless everybody out there to be happy and to be healthy. And if you're not right now, I want to bless you that you will be, that you will pull through, and that you will have a joyful life, and you will see your children grow up. I'm sorry, I'm really truly sorry for this, but yeah, so I'm just gonna go off camera now, and I'm gonna leave it with that, and I hope I'll see you next time, God willing, on this channel with less tears and with better makeup. And yeah, just live the life to the fullest. And I know it sounds so stupid, but I mean it. You know, every single day that we have, even if we are healthy and we have not diagnosed with anything, we also don't know if we're going to be alive tomorrow. So live your life to the fullest. Tell your husband or your wife that you love her every single day. And I'm guilty of that too. So I think there is really a lesson that we have to learn, that we never know when life will end. And we never know when we're being taken away from our loved ones. And so that's what it is. May you all be blessed with life and health, and maybe just be on a long journey together here and grow together and learn together and learn from each other. And I really wish that this mess of a video could be some kind of blessing for someone out there. So till we meet again next time on this channel, hugs and kisses. Giving you all my love.